Connie Francis, a name synonymous with the golden era of pop music, passed away on July 16, 2025, at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy that shaped the soundscape of the 1950s and 1960s. Known for her signature hits like Who's Sorry Now and Pretty Little Baby, Francis was more than just a singer. She was a trailblazer who brought a fresh, emotional voice to an evolving music industry dominated by male performers. Born in Newark, New Jersey, as Concetta Rosa Maria Franconero, she rose from humble beginnings to become one of the best-selling female vocalists of her time, with over 100 million records sold worldwide. Her story is one of resilience, talent, and an unwavering connection to her audience that transcended generations. Throughout her career, Connie Francis broke barriers not only as a female artist, but also as a performer who sang in multiple languages, connecting with diverse audiences across the globe. Her influence extended beyond pop charts into international markets, where her ability to embrace different cultures made her a beloved figure. The early 1960s saw her dominating the airwaves with songs that combined catchy melodies and heartfelt lyrics, making her a staple in homes and jukeboxes alike. Her style reflected both the innocence and complexity of the times, a bridge between classic traditional pop and the emerging rock and roll wave. Francis's personal life and struggles often mirrored the emotional depth found in her music. Behind the scenes, she faced many challenges, including the pressures of fame, health issues, and personal tragedies that tested her resilience. Despite these obstacles, she remained dedicated to her craft, continuously evolving and reinventing herself over the decades. Her story is not just about commercial success, but also about perseverance in the face of adversity, inspiring countless artists who followed in her footsteps. Her recent hospitalization due to severe pain and a fractured pelvis was a difficult chapter in her final days. Friends and family kept a close watch during this period, hoping for her recovery. Unfortunately, the severity of her condition led to her passing, which was confirmed by her close friend Ron Roberts on social media. The news immediately reverberated through the music community and beyond, triggering an outpouring of grief and remembrance from fans and fellow musicians worldwide. Tributes highlighted not only her musical contributions, but also her role as a pioneering woman in an industry that was, for much of her career, dominated by men. Connie Francis's death marks the end of an era, but her legacy remains vibrant. Her recordings continue to be celebrated and rediscovered by new generations of listeners, cementing her place in music history. From the emotional ballads that made hearts ache to the upbeat tunes that filled dance floors, her music captures a timeless quality. The blend of vulnerability and strength in her voice is something that still resonates deeply today, reminding us of a time when music was both a personal and cultural expression. As we remember Connie Francis, it's important to recognize the broader cultural impact she had. She was one of the first female artists to achieve worldwide fame, paving the way for future women in music. Her ability to connect with audiences emotionally set a standard for storytelling through song. Moreover, her openness about personal hardships and her determination to keep performing until her final years add layers of respect and admiration to her public image. In a world where music often reflects the times, Connie Francis's work serves as a window into the past, telling stories of love, loss, and hope that remain universal. Her contributions to pop music extend beyond the charts. They represent a significant chapter in the evolution of American music. Her success opened doors for future female vocalists and reshaped how women were perceived in the entertainment industry. While the world mourns the loss of this iconic singer, her voice and spirit live on in the countless lives she touched with her music. However, Connie Francis's journey was far from easy, and behind her polished public image lay a series of personal and professional conflicts that shaped her life and career. As a pioneering female artist in the mid-20th century, she faced significant challenges in an industry dominated by male executives and performers. Gender biases often limited her creative freedom and control over her music, forcing her to navigate a complex landscape where her talent sometimes clashed with the expectations and restrictions imposed upon her. This struggle for artistic autonomy was a constant source of tension, influencing her choices and the trajectory of her career. Moreover, Francis endured several deeply personal hardships that tested her resilience. Throughout her life, she grappled with the trauma of violence, including an infamous attack in the early 1970s that left her physically and emotionally scarred. This brutal event impacted her ability to perform and led to a period of withdrawal from the spotlight. The emotional wounds from this attack lingered for years, casting a shadow over her later work and personal well-being. Despite this, she continued to record music and perform, showcasing remarkable strength and determination to reclaim her place in the industry. Her health challenges added another layer to the conflicts she faced. In her later years, Connie dealt with multiple health issues, including the recent hospitalization caused by extreme pain and a fractured pelvis. These physical struggles affected her mobility and quality of life, limiting her ability to engage with fans in the music scene. The pain and recovery process were difficult, reflecting the harsh realities aging performers often confront. Yet, her spirit remained unbroken. as she continued to inspire through interviews and public appearances whenever possible. On the professional front, the rapidly changing music industry also posed significant challenges for Francis. The rise of new musical styles in younger artists in the 1960s and beyond shifted the public's attention away from traditional pop vocalists like her. This generational shift meant that maintaining relevance became increasingly difficult, forcing her to adapt or risk fading into obscurity. Attempts to reinvent her sound and image met with mixed success, and she often struggled to balance commercial pressures with personal artistic vision. These tensions sometimes resulted in strained relationships with record labels and management teams, adding to her frustrations. The emotional toll of these conflicts was evident in her music, where themes of heartbreak, vulnerability, and longing became more pronounced. Fans and critics alike recognized the authenticity in her performances, which were shaped by real-life pain and triumph. This emotional honesty was a double-edged sword. While it endeared her to many, it also exposed her to greater scrutiny and heightened expectations. The public's fascination with her personal life, combined with the pressures of fame, created a complex dynamic that was often difficult to manage. Through all these conflicts, Connie Francis remained a figure of resilience, navigating an often harsh and unforgiving industry while confronting personal demons and physical limitations. Her story is not just one of triumph, but also of endurance, illustrating the complex realities behind the glittering facade of stardom. These struggles shaped the woman behind the voice and deepened the emotional resonance of her music, leaving a legacy that speaks to both the joys and sorrows of a life lived in the public eye. As Connie Francis's health deteriorated, the emotional intensity surrounding her final days heightened, culminating in a profound climax that resonated deeply with fans, friends, and the music community worldwide. Her recent hospitalization due to extreme pain and a fractured pelvis was a critical moment that brought into sharp focus the vulnerabilities of a legendary performer who had faced so many battles before. This period was marked by a mix of hope and fear, as those close to her rallied to provide care and support, while the public anxiously awaited updates on her condition. The looming possibility of losing such an iconic figure intensified the emotional atmosphere, making every moment charged with significance. The cultural significance of Connie Francis's passing also reverberated through various communities and genres. From classic pop enthusiasts to younger generations discovering her music anew, the moment united diverse audiences in a shared experience of loss and appreciation. Her influence on female artists who followed became a central theme, inspiring tributes and covers that reaffirmed her place in the pantheon of music greats. In essence, the climax of Connie Francis's life story was a powerful convergence of personal struggle, public mourning, and cultural reflection. It brought closure to a long and complex journey, marked by artistic brilliance and human vulnerability. The intensity of this moment underscored how deeply intertwined her music and life had become in the hearts of millions, a legacy that continues to inspire, comfort, and resonate. On a more personal level, family, friends, and longtime fans cherish the memories of Connie Francis not just as a legendary singer, but as a beloved human being who touched many lives. Tributes emphasize her warmth, kindness, and resilience, qualities that resonated beyond her music. These reflections provide comfort and closure to those mourning her loss, celebrating the fullness of her life. Looking forward, Connie Francis's influence is set to endure through continued appreciation and discovery. Reissues of her recordings, documentary projects, and tributes are expected to introduce her artistry to new audiences, ensuring that her voice and story remain vibrant parts of music history. Her journey offers lessons in courage, creativity, and the power of music to transcend time and circumstance. In the grand tapestry of popular music, Connie Francis's chapter shines brightly, a blend of dazzling talent and profound humanity. Her life story inspires not only admiration for her achievements, but empathy for her struggles. It reminds us that the true measure of an artist's legacy is found in their lasting impact on hearts and culture. In conclusion, while the world bids farewell to Connie Francis, it also embraces the ongoing celebration of her music and memory. Her legacy stands as a beacon of inspiration, reminding us all that through resilience and passion, one voice can echo across generations, forever shaping the soundtrack of our lives.